Happy Black History Month, guys. It's your boy Infamous, but you can call me Infamous Boy. Welcome back. Alright, this is the last, video on YouTube where pretty much I'm gonna be, posting Black History Month content. I thought I might as well go with a bang. So, like, share, subscribe, follow me on Instagram, check me out on DeviantArt. Links to everything is down below. And guys, if you wanna, get my videos, before they show up on YouTube, head over to my Patreon page. You're probably wondering what the heck is Patreon. Well, Patreon is an online platform where you can get exclusive content from your favorite content creators and support them and help them out. So check it out. Again, the link is in the description down below and enjoy the show. What I would call this piece, I would call this piece Divine Black Command. Alright, you're probably wondering, what was the inspiration behind this piece? Well, like I said, I wanted to go out with a bang. It was part of a hypothetical I kinda had though. Remember what was it, almost a year ago, during the whole early days of the ice raids in LA and Mexico and everything that else was going on during that time, I created a hypothetical situation. Do you guys want to hear it? Okay. Here's what happened. Here's how this goes. Suppose, I don't know, en masse, in large numbers, the black community decided, you know what, enough is enough. We're gonna start an armed resistance against Donald Trump, against this administration right now. Every other community have heard the word that we're starting, like, well, the resistance, and they want to join in. They want to be a part of this whole situation. We let them join in. We let them join in the resistance. But there's a little bit of a catch. There's a little bit of a, pro quo, let's see, a price to be paid. The price is they have to be out there on the front lines and have to follow our command. And by our command, I'm talking about Black Americans, FBA, so on, African American, whatever term you want to use. It doesn't matter. I mean, the terms are interchangeable. But again, they would need to follow our command and do exactly what we're telling them. Reason why I said this and why Zach the inspiration, because Black people have been sounding the alarm for years. We've been in the forefront. We've been on the front lines for every single major civil rights case or every single thing that have to deal with civil rights in this country. And in case you guys have not been like paying attention, they've been trying to rage bait us into like getting out in the street and protests en masse. Like, what was it with Obama? What was it with Trump? What was it Instagram post depicting the Obama as monkeys? Bro, no. They know what they're doing. And if they really did say that this was some employee, a white employee that did this, they would have tell us immediately. They would have told us that was that particular individual that started this or even did this. But let's be honest, we wouldn't believe them either way. But going back on subject here, we sound the alarm. We sounded the alarm, we warned everyone, but no one listened to us. No one did. Other communities, other POC communities, some of them have listened to us, but the majority of them haven't. And for almost like the past year, collectively we've been sitting our butt behind this. Even during the No Kings protests, or any of the major protests that have been happening. With the protesting that happened to Renee Good and Alex Freddie, we stayed out of that situation. Because if we showed up en masse, more people could have gotten hurt, more people would have gotten killed. So for the Black community to stay out of this, it's protecting and keeping every other community that isn't white safe. That's kept all of us safe right now. Shoot, things could have been way worse if we intervened en masse. I mean, seriously. Like, bro, if anyone could understand, like, how cruel the United States can be, or like how racist it can be, there's only two groups of people in this country, or two racial groups or ethnic groups in this whole country, who understands, like, the brutality, the savagery that the American government can do to every non-Black person in this country. Besides every single Native American tribe in this country, I would say that, like, understand American white supremacy and racism the most. Black people have been in this country for the past 400 years, and we know every single trick and game that these white supremacist groups, or every single clan, we know every single trick and game that they will use. Couple weeks ago, you see, like, we've been seeing, like, a bunch of people, like, talking about, like, Black people are being hung, like, left or right. Bro, these white supremacist groups, they're trying to start a full-blown war. And the Black community ain't gonna give them no war. We're not gonna let that happen, ever. Because if we start a war with them, or if they start a war with us, it's over for everybody. Some of us might remember this, but like during history class, during like the talking about like what the Cold War was, if white supremacist groups and the Black community en masse decided, you know what, let's go to full-blown war, it'll be mutually ensured destruction. No one would be alive and no one's not gonna win. Alright, now it's time to get into the creative side of this. To be honest, I did want to do a really like graffiti-based like art like I did the other times, but instead of that, I thought, you know what, let's go a little more, I would say almost religious or it's kind of spiritual. So I pulled inspiration from stained glass windows that you normally see in like churches, cathedrals and stuff like that, and like how like they depict like their saints and stuff, or sometimes Jesus. I decided to do the exact same thing, but this time a Black woman wearing like the SBA flag or the Black American Heritage flag on her dress, and pretty much like guiding and directing a troop. That's what the little people like kind of represent. They represent like the majority of people in this country right now, leading them and like commanding them to march. The reason why I use the Black woman is because, let's be honest and let's get real, If it hadn't been for a black woman, let's be honest, the civil rights movement would not even be popping the way it was. If Emmett Till's mom did not have an open casket funeral for Emmett Till, none of the civil rights movement would not be as powerful as it was back then. Would never gotten that level of national attention. Not only national attention, but international attention. If it hadn't been for her, a black woman, none of that would not even be possible. That's the reason why we even know about Emmett Till in the first place. Alright, yo, time to get into it though. And let's address the elephant in the room. Obviously, the orange demon-looking monster dude. Obviously, Dumb Donald. Or Donald J. Trump if you want to be technical. Reason why they depict him like this? Let's be honest, everyone's not liking Trump at this point. Nobody is. The flames represent, the destruction of America. I mean, as you can see behind, the flames, you see red, blue, and white stripes, in the background. That's supposed to represent, that Trump is destroying the United States and what the United States stands for. Yes, in the beginning, it wasn't always this way. It wasn't always, as diverse as it is now. But it has become this way. And if Trump keep doing this, it will all get burned to the ground. Obviously, the buildings represent, everything. Okay, honestly, man, I should have did, a red, white, and blue building. So that kind of represent America as well. And I should have drawn, the buildings as more destroyed. But I mean, your boy has been rushing here, man. Your boy's been on a very tight deadline here. But either way, it got, the point across that, hey, Trump is destroying America, he's destroying this country. And like I said, the whole inspiration behind the whole thing was pretty much, the stained glass paintings and pictures that you normally see in, church windows and cathedrals and all that stuff. Obviously, I had to include the halo on the black woman's head and her finger, or at least her hand, pointing to the direction for them to march, as some sort of divine command. And before I say anything else, I want to make this clear. This whole thing is a hypothetical, okay? And it's art. Art is something that's supposed to be reflecting of life, and this is what life is going to be like, or how it is right now. And I know the reason why I'm saying this now, again, just to clear things up, and I know that there's this high likelihood that some MAGA idiot probably be watching this video right now, and probably will try to twist my words, say, oh, he's calling for an armed revolution. Shut up. It's about art, it's about entertainment here. Learn some media literacy, man. Learn about metaphors, similes, learn about that stuff before you even start accusing people of trying to start some insurrection or some sort of treason, okay? I'm just an artist, and I make art. Yo, your boy gotta go. But before I go, I have a message to every single young black man, young black woman, throughout the whole country right now. Do you guys remember the saying that we are living our ancestors' wildest dreams? Well, we are their wildest dreams. Centuries ago, we would have been killed for us speaking or even talking about this. For us to even, have a voice. For us to even, do anything that we're doing today. We wouldn't be here without our ancestors. We wouldn't be here without our parents, without our grandparents, our great-grandparents, so forth and so forth. They've gone through hell for us to get us to where we are now. And everything that this Trump administration is trying to do, they're trying to send us back to where they used to be. And we're not going back. We will fight like hell. And there's more to our history than just slavery, than us being whipped, being bred like livestock, than being branded like a cow. There's more to our history than that. There's strength and power within you. Use it. And don't let no one tell you that your history is not important or none of this matters anymore because of Martin Luther King's civil rights. They don't know the full story, man. You do. And it's up to us to always make sure that the story is always being told, no matter what happens. That's all I gotta say. Happy Black History Month. Happy 100th Black History Month. Like, share, and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram. Check me out on DeronArt. The links to everything is down below. And guys, like I said, if you want to get my videos before they hit YouTube, head over to my Patreon page. MP Boy, out.